Hello, my friends. Here we are, Saturday. This is the first time I do a live on Saturdays. I wanted to share with you something that I think so you're going to appreciate very much. Is the success habit of personality. What do I mean with success habit of personality? There's one reason many people are successful. If you look around you, there's companies, right? Companies are big, companies are creating great things. And what is the main reason they do that? There's a business owner who has a personality. Some business owners are not have the right personality, some have an amazing personality. But ultimately they are able to do something that many people seems to not do, which is sell their vision. What do I mean with this? The personality that you need to have on finding the way to get along with other people, the personality of collaborating with other people without the fear of them ever competing with you. I talked this before. When you work on a company and you dedicate time in creating a good relationship with the people around you, when you support them, when you help them, when you trust in them, you create in them loyalty. People who will be by your side no matter what. If you mistreat your people, they will compete against you. They will find the opportunity to do whatever need to be done and then become your competition because you are coming from a point of lack. And so they also will be growing as a kind of lack and they will look for the opportunity to get more. However, if you come from a point of abundance and you give, train, help your people, try to make them better than you. For example, Napoleon Hill was asked the question how Henry Ford, who has very little schooling, Henry Ford, so you might know, I believe so, he finished middle school, or probably he didn't even finish middle school. He was not a man of education, or I will say he was a man of great education, but he was a man of not much knowledge. And he has a vision. You remember this time, most cars were coming from Europe, and a car was about $3,000. You could buy a house for $3,000. And many cars were driven by very wealthy people. And he was able to persuade and conquer with his vision very powerful men and women who attached to his dream and with very little schooling, but with a great imagination. Imagination is key things. If you have great imagination, you will be successful. But remember that imagination can also play in a wrong place. So if you imagine the wrong, negative, fearful, you will attract that into your life. If you attract the good things, you will attract the good thing. If you imagine good, you attract the good. But also comes the will and the discipline to stay with the same imagination, positive one, regardless your circumstances outside of you. It is your imagination who will attract the right circumstances to you. So Henry Ford probably dreamed and saw himself in a huge factory mass producing cars. Well, he achieved that, right? We all know Ford Company. And to be honest, and if you read a little bit the story, it was his son who did not agree with him of mass producing one single car, but his son was the one who was introducing new models almost every year. I think so they do every 5 to 10 years today, they change the models, right? But he produced the Model T for 10 years consecutive. He achieved lowering the cost of the vehicle, this is industrial age, from $3,000 to $600. But that was not his goal. His goal was to lowering it from 600 all the way to $300 a car. So you could buy a car for $300, and they have different models, pickup and van and coupe and all that. And so they was doing this for $300. This is the only manufacturer in the world who sold over 1 million cars a year. Now, you may say, well, Henry Ford was a millionaire. He was not. He was a poor kid. He wasn't able to finish school, and he sold himself. He sold himself through life by winning people who knew more than he knew. He surrounded himself from people who knew more than he did. So if you are in your life knowing a lot and you surround with people that know less than you, then you need to push them to surpass you, and they become better than you, because success is not about you being the best and the rest not, but success surround with people who are better than you. So if you come in a situation where you know a lot and you get to train people who are not as good as you, then worry to train them to become better than you. Because when they become better than you and they see that you train them and you give them everything that was needed to become better than you, they are not going to compete with you. They're going to be loyal to you. Loyal. Now, how can this help you when maybe you're in a situation where you don't have much? You see, if you don't know much, then you can surround yourself with people know more than you, and you can use their expertise to get what you want in life. That's what Henry Ford did. If you know more than them, train them so they surpass you, so they become better than you, so you can be in that situation, because surrounding yourself with good people is always an asset. I was reading, I study every day. I love reading. I don't do it much often. If you don't read, then you need to watch those YouTube channels and just listen. Choose one video that you like and listen to it several times. So you really get to start doing what the video is telling you to do. Now, selling yourself to other people is key to be successful in life. All those companies you see around them, the owner could not achieve all that success if he didn't have other people that were doing the job that he should be doing, if it wasn't by all these other people. So let's say in a restaurant, the owner of the restaurant, he need to have a cook, he need to have a server, he need to have someone who clean the bathroom, he need to have someone who clean the windows. You have to, so many other people need to do their best so he can provide quality product or service to the public. Your team is your people that you work with, and your team is also your client. So as a business owner, entrepreneur, you have two type of clients. Your employees are your clients, and inside clients, and your outside client, which is the people who provide the money to you. But make this sure. See yourself where you can be of service, right? So you see, the businessman is on service to the people. So if you go in life thinking, oh, I just need to improve my life, I don't know what to do more, put yourself in service to other people. One of the key rules that Napoleon Hill was saying all the time is do more what you get paid for. If you get paid for, let's say, $1,000, work as you get paid for $2,000. Now, the main reason to doing that is simple. When you do more what you get paid for, you will get paid more for what you do. Also create you the habit of excellence. And when you create the habit of excellence, life will always reward you. And people will reward you. I always talk to people that salespeople, and they make $100,000 a year, and tell them normally a company will pay about 10% what you're worth, 10 to 20%, sometimes 30, depending the industry. But if you're getting paid $100,000 a year, you are worth for that company $1 million. If you go to work on your own, then you are worth 1 million. You could make easily 1 million. That's what you're worth, right? People will pay up to $1 million for as long as you provide the value of $1 million. So if you're worth $1 million, you only get paid $100,000. And is that fair? It's fair because the company is guaranteeing a salary for your contribution and is getting a benefit from it. But if you, let's say you work for $200,000, the company is paying you $100,000, you work as you get paid $200,000, and you are worth for the company $2 million. That's what it is. Now you're worth 2 million because you're working as a 2 million person, but you're only getting paying 100,000. So you're not getting paid 10% of what you're worth. You're only getting paid 5% of what you're worth. So this is what's going to happen. The company will promote you, in a better position, or will raise your salary. And the reason we'll do that is because if they don't do that, you will find a place where they're going to do that, and the competitor is going to do that. Now, talking 100,000, it could be $1,000, it could be $100, it could be $1 per day. If you work for $1 per day, then put your heart and soul to work for $2 per day. And so the person who paying you $1 will see that you are irreplaceable. You are such a important person in the organization that's going to put you in a leader position, and you're going to make more money. You see, leadership is needed in an organization. Most people are not leaders because most people only do what they get paid for. But when you give more for what you get paid for, then the company is going to promote you. And a lot of people on the I'm this discussion I had it with other people too, said, I get so upset. I've been working for this company for 10 years, and suddenly these guys show up. It was only 2 years in the company, now become my boss. Is that fair? Well, let's think. You work for 10 years and you only work for what you get paid for. This person came and he worked double than you, triple than you, produced more, give everything he could. Even sometimes you said, why you work so much? You're just getting paid this much. Why you working so much? In his mind, he wanted to be an excellence. And he worked more, and the company saw that. What the company did, he promoted because he has no other option. He didn't promote him, he will go to another company. They will recognize it and will pay more. And was providing more value than you did in 10 years. So see yourself always delivering more than you ask for. And know this, you might not be getting instant gratification, but believe that the payment will come from you. The payment will come to you through life, through God, through other people seeing, oh my, this person gives so much. Look how much you're getting paid. Oh, $1,000. Oh, you work for like 2,000. Come and work with my company, and they will reward you. It's amazing what a pleasing personality does on life. When you have a pleasing personality, which is a calm personality, a collaborative personality in your life, would allow you to grow so much. You will create loyalty with your family. You will create loyalty with your employees. You're going to create loyalty with your employer. If you have a pleasing personality, you're giving your best, and the company is going through rough time, what's going to happen? Other people are going to get fired, not you. Creating the habit of a pleasing personality will always put you in the front of the pack. Not get frustrated, not react, respond. You know, one of the things that we said is, and the Bible said this, when you get struck in your cheek, turn the other cheek. What does it mean? It means that the other person, there's a reason why he struck you. It might not be the reason you are at fault, but he believed, he got involved in fear, in doubt, in worries, and he struck you. When you strike back, anger always follow after anger. But when you are pleasing personality and you accept the punishment, which might not have any good root to accept it, but you accept it, you cut the link of pursuing a negativity against a negativity. Then you get the chance to ask them, hey, why did you do that? And they might answer. I'll share you a personal experience that I have. Maybe some of you know, maybe you don't. I'm originally from Chile, but I live here in Naples, Florida now. And I was in Chile one time, and in Chile, different than United States, when you go to a gas station, people serve you, right? They put the gas for you. So you give them your keys, they put the gas, and then you pay them. So I was coming to this, it was a Shell station. And I'm coming to this station, and this person always looked me with a really bad attitude. He would look at me weird. He would very rude. I will try to kind of be kind. Or one time I think so, I had to pay like $20. It only was like $2, $3 of gas, and I gave them like $20. And the person got all upset with me because I didn't have change. So I could have reacted very like saying, "Hey, what the heck? Why are you acting like that to me?" Instead, I went to him, and he was very nervous. When I get closer to him, he was extremely nervous, right? Because he thought I was going to do something negative to him. And I asked him, I didn't ask anything. I said, you know what? A lot of people look me like you look me. And I haven't done nothing wrong to you, but I know why you look me like this. And I guess so the reason you look at me like this is because I have a face of being very unpleasant. Many people have told me they have a very unpleasant face, like I'm always angry, like I always looking at other people lower than me. And I can tell you one thing, it is not the way I am. I might have an ugly face, but doesn't make me an ugly person. And his reaction was amazing. He was so relieved. He said, yes, you have a horrible face. It looks like you're always upset. It looks like you're always looking everybody down. It's like, I know, but I'm not like that. And start smiling. I can tell you one thing. Every time we'll go to that pump after that day, he will tell the people, he's my client. I will serve him. He will have so much joy serving me, helping me every time I was at the pump. We have long conversation. He'll share about his personal life. I will share about my personal life. And we were very close. So one day he left to a different town. So understand that sometimes people can be rude to you, but you don't know why. They might have an idea of you that is not real. Never react, never judge other people for what they're doing. See first that maybe there's something you're doing wrong that's causing them to react that way. Seek a pleasing personality. Seek to do more what you get paid for. I wasn't get paid for fairly. I was actually getting paid for unfairly because he was not treating me well. But even so, I seek that person to get a little bit more understanding why what he was doing, why was happening. When you do the extra mile, people will always get back to you good, positive. So look at this weekend, look the extra mile, try to understand all those people that were upset to you, people that you may not like. Call them, said, hey, I was thinking about you. I wanna know why you never liked me. And I can say that I might have a horrible face, maybe a bad personality, maybe I react in a different ways, but I never really considered that it was me who was causing that onto you. So I want to apologize. And you'll see they will never expect that. And you will get so much more from it. So I offer you and invite you to join our Facebook group. The link is in the description of this conversation, and be part and get great things in your life. Because I can tell you one thing, when you put yourself at best to other people, they will always get their best to you. And this is how you make friends. Another good tip that will give to the young generation, right? People in college, people in high school, is this: do not worry about getting good grades. Getting good grades is not the most important thing, but worry and take care of having good friends. Makes a lot of friends. And the reason I said this is because when you have a lot of friends in college, one day you're gonna be working maybe as a salesperson or in a company, and that person that you were so good friend in college, he will always remember you. And when you go to that company to do or sell the product, and he's a manager, he will do business with you. If you worry about studying and being competitive about who gets a good grades at school, and you never build those relationships with people, they might just remember you as a guy who did good grades but never really care about them. They might not do business with you. Life success is from other people. Build those relationships. Be close to them. Do not judge at first, but understand that they might be going through something that you cause or other people cause. Have a pleasant personality that allow you to connect with people in a good way. And I assure you, if you do that, success is at your hands. You will reach all the riches you want and then be very successful. So I invite you once again to be part of our Facebook group where we put videos like this and more videos. We have 5 coaches now working in our company. If you are a coach out there looking to grow your business, be part of our company. I invite you to connect with us. We're always seeking for great coaches. And that is my third boss, my little Chihuahua, now screaming, probably asking me to go and working out. So thank you guys so much for your time. I know it's a little bit longer than I normally stay, maybe 3-4 minutes talking about a topic, but I was just reading this amazing book, and I felt that I needed to share this with you because it has make an enormous change in my life, and it will make an enormous change to your life as well. Thank you so much, and have an amazing weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.